making money like Mayweather. And they heard I got 9 lives.
Blowing all money, spend a million, make it back. Man enough off the old hustle, I don't even gotta rap. Grinding, I get it, stacking, I spin it. You know the routine, you know the routine. Popping the tags, getting the bags, you know the routine. Hey, you know the routine.
All right, welcome to our stage. We got Mike and we got Jesse. Take it easy on them, okay?
So try to get like your standing drill moves in place, sizing up. Action. Action.
Take one, float around, catch, set, go up.
These rims are not super forgiving, but like he makes it look easy.
So triple threat to start.
Starting at point. Standing 6'2", number 1, Reggie Jackson. The big man at 7'0", number 40, Ivica Zubac. Starting at the other forward position. Standing 6'8", number 8, Marcus Morris. At the other guard position, standing 6'8", number 13, Paul George. The head coach of your home team is Tyler Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Clippers.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. We know Rudy Gobert is ultra competitive, but he knows it's not about winning his individual matchup. He said, it's a 5-on-5 game, a team concept. That's always been my mindset. Obviously, I take pride in being the best defensive player in this league, but I play to win. That's my focus. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. And they're dealing with 2 injuries. One of their stars is out. No doubt that'll have an impact on the game.
2 players injured. One of their stars out. Something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovic, and it's Gobert in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the center position. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And stolen by Bogdanovic. Conley with a wide open look. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Mitchell against George. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
The Jazz on offense. To the inside. Here's O'Neal. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
The three from George. Los Angeles with another miss. And now Utah, fast break. Here's O'Neal. And he lays it up and in. O'Neal's got the first points up on the board here for the Jazz.
Wow, they finally get it to go down on their fourth try.
Here's Jackson. Rebound by Mitchell.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Back to Conley. The dish to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. From past the arc, hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, Bogdanovich with the distance delivery. How about that effortless shooting motion?
Here's George. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Now here's Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. The three-pointer no good. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Morris against O'Neal. There's Jackson with the three. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
George with no one around. Zubac kicks to George. Misses the three.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Good on the bucket.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 5-point game. There's the pass to Jackson. Back to George. Over O'Neal. George with the bucket.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
And here is Conley. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Jackson kicks to George. The shot. George missing again.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
2 points. That one goes. Mitchell's got 6 points.
I tell you, at times, guarding Donovan Mitchell has got to feel overwhelming defensively. When he starts to go with the floater, look out.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Covington's checked in for the Clippers. Here's George. He scores at that shot. Now he's 3 of 8.
Oh my goodness, Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Conley dishes to Bogdanovich. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Bucket is good.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Here's O'Neal. Paul George making his last shot. Shoots from 14. They get it back. And the rejection by Zubac. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Man, he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And here is Los Angeles now. Stolen by Mitchell. George looking over the floor. Passes it to Covington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Covington with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. George, no good. Jazz leading by 7. Inside, here's Bogdanovich.
Wow, love the power and the strength of Bogdanovich on that strong finish.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
In textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Now, here is O'Neal. Mitchell outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morris.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Conley. Mitchell outside. Just 5 on the clock. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Well, you give Donovan the mid-range jumper. He will make you pay.
George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Jazz leading by 5. Pass to Bogdanovich. There's the double team with Covington. Gobert with a wide open look. No good on the triple. The Clippers shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. And Morris throws it down.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Now, here's Mitchell. 8 points for him. And it's good for 2.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Hartenstein's checked in. The Jazz shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Now here is Conley. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Conley's got his 2nd basket.
Well, smart shot selection from Mike Conley, right? Just get into your mid-range bag and complete the play. He does so there.
Back to George. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over us.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for 2.
throw good, Paul George.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
And George drops them both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here is Conley. Down low. Now Gobert. In the corner, it's Clarkson. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's George. 16 points for him. 1:12 left in the first quarter. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's O'Neal. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The three from George. He can't get it to go. So Utah will take it the other way. Conley for three. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Mike Conley continues to perform at a high level. Over a decade as a pro, still doing work.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
And George, here we go. Hartenstein passes to Covington. George double teamed. And the wide open shot from Morris. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And now the fast break. George with the ball.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win. And there's no egos. Everybody has fun. We play together. We move the ball. We make sacrifices. And we enjoy getting stops.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Larry Nance. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Conley. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Pascal in at the three. Outside, George to the paint. Clippers moving the ball around. Beyond the arc. That shot missing, so Utah will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Utah making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Mann. Outside, George. Just 5 to shoot. Over Pascal. Three-pointer. Batum passes to Hartenstein. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Jazz leading by 5. And dishes to Nance. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely, lays it up and banks it in.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
A guy who can be a little inconsistent game to game. Clarkson can be extremely consistent year to year.
Right. You consider him as a rookie. Many of the numbers then are similar to what they are now. But the one thing that has improved is the consistency of the three-point shooting. He's worked so hard on it, and that's where the consistency has started to take root.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto MB down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of chance.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Now, here's George. 18 points for him. Batum, good.
The defense has zero clue on how to guard Paul George. A screen and roll genius. Fantastic at knowing when to pass.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Nance passes to Clarkson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Clarkson's got 4 points this quarter.
It always helps to have a big who is willing to find open teammates. Larry Nance proving how unselfish he can be.
And George, here we go. Comes up empty down low. Jazz leading by 3. Here's Pascal. It's hauled in by Coffey. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Back to George. Pass to Man. Here's Coffey. He dishes it to George. That one doesn't drop. And it's Utah the other way. Pascal with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Right side. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Coffey passes to George. Over Nance. George finds Batum. Back to George. 5 to shoot.
Oh, look out.
That's a rugged play.
That's straight toughness. Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now, here's Clarkson. Nance outside. Back to Clarkson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Jordan Clarkson tends to draw a lot of contact. If you look at his career, he doesn't end up at the free throw line as often as you'd think.
Zubats is checked in for Hartenstein. And Utah with a change here, too. Mitchell's checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 5-point game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to Man. Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Jazz leading by 3. Now, here's Clarkson. 6 points for him. Here's Mitchell. And he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got 13.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Coffey passes to Batum. It's stolen by Nance. Fast break. Here we go. A finish. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on George.
There's a tenacity to Donovan Mitchell. Even with physical defense, this guy just finds a way to convert.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Larry Nance. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Clippers trail by 8. Jackson looking around. Morris right side. Stolen by Clarkson. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. From 8. That's good on the jump shot. He's got 8.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 27 points.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Clarkson bounce pass. Gay kicks to Clarkson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
This guy is more than capable of making that play. Jordan Clarkson confident around the cup.
Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 13 points in just this quarter.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
To the middle. And the jam by Whiteside.
I think we think of Donovan Mitchell first and foremost as a scorer, but I love seeing his passing ability come into play.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Here's Mitchell. The Clippers getting the bucket. Passes it to Clarkson. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Alexander Walker. Clarkson against Jackson. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. From deep. And it's Mitchell missing. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 5.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
Utah's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Mitchell looking it over. Count the basket. Mitchell's got 18 points in the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Jackson. Outside for Batum. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz leading by 5 to the paint. Gay, that's good. Gay's got his first bucket in this one.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Here's George. Following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. And the dunk by Batum.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here's Mitchell. 20 points for him. Some dishes to Mitchell. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's George. And that's collected by Gay. Jazz leading by 7. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
Oh,
taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Mitchell against George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, how about that killer instinct? Paul George understanding he's got it going right now, very confident in his abilities.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
In the corner, it's Clarkson. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Clarkson's got 13 points in just this quarter. Jackson passes to George. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Alexander Walker. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Boy, outstanding pass and execution. They'd love to see Clarkson do that on a consistent basis.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, you know, we're trying to defend, and you know, we've been a little bit fortunate too. They're missing shots, but you know, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He had 20 points. And when we talk about the best shooters in the game, and we were just doing that moments ago, Shaq, Bogdanovich's name comes up more and more often.
Anybody that got that bitch in their last name, you know they know how to shoot that bitch, Ernie. Range is unlimited. He's hitting more shots than dubs, too.
Wow. You know what? Sometimes grapes taste like raisins. And you got to, carry the scoring in certain...
Cracking itself up. Cracking itself up. Always a straight shooter. Kenny. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. And it's George in at the 2-guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. That one drops for him.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
Here's O'Neal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. O'Neal's got his second basket of the game. Clippers trail by 11. George with the ball. He's picked up by O'Neal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
The Jazz making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
It's good. Conley's got 9.
Hey, this guy is competitive. He's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
The basket counts, and 1 will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Fires for three. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Left side, George. George double team. There's Jackson with the 3. Offensive rebound.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And here is Mitchell. He's got 20. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 10. And George, here we go, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
He's been stellar at the stripe, going 10 for 11. Jazz leading by 7. Paul George with the steal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Nancy's checked in for Mitchell. And George drops them both. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Nance outside, dishes to Conley. And nothing is falling for him right now. Clippers trail by 5. Here's George, and the shot goes in.
You allowed Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
Throw good, Paul George. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
So Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Bogdanovich against George. Shot clock at 6. Over in the corner, Conley. Another miss by Utah.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Paul George. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. That one drops. He ties it up. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Conley. Dishes to Gobert. Kicks to O'Neal. Now Gobert. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The Jazz working the ball around now. Bogdanovich, no luck. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And they take the lead. And the Clippers lead by 2.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Utah calls timeout.
Yeah, trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Conley. Tight defense on him. Here's Gobert. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Clippers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
And Doris, as Gobert has added strength, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot block. But over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion.
Both good from the line that time. Jazz have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. O'Neal kicks to Bogdanovich. Over Batum. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got it all tied up now for Utah.
Wow, how about that feathery touch from Bogdanovich? You just can't let this guy get loose from the mid-range.
Back to George. Hartenstein passes to George. Clock at 6. Goes back up. Ready by Bogdanovich. Jazz have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And Nance kicks to O'Neal. For 3. Kept alive.
Oh, you have to love that effort. Getting after the basketball, fighting for a possession.
Basket good. Coffey's got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. The dish to Bogdanovich. Oh, that's blocked. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Lob pass to George. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Utah with a change here, too. Eric Pascal, he's checked in for Larry Nance. Now, here is O'Neal. D right on him. Back to Bogdanovich.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Stolen by O'Neal. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. Another miss by Utah. Los Angeles leading by 4. Batum with the ball. Now guarded by Bogdanovich.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
O'Neal kicks to Gobert. Floats one. That's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Batum's running. Kennard, the pass to man. Here's Hartenstein. From outside, off the mark.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
And it's blocked. Kennard with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Here's O'Neal. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
O'Neal inside. It's hauled in by Coffey. Coffey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kennard's shot is off. Jazz trail by 6. Here's O'Neal. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 7 rebounds in the game. Up again. The rebound by the Jazz. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Jacks up a 3. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. 1:57 left to play in the 3rd. Mann passes to Kennard. Here's Mann. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Bogdanovich. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. 14 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
Well, there's a smooth efficiency to the jump shooting ability of Bojan Bogdanovich. What a knockdown shot.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Jazz have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6.
What an athletic lineage for Mike Conley. Of course, Mike Sr., triple jump gold medalist at the 92 games. Mike Conley, for over a decade, has been a tremendous NBA player.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Jazz. Jackson passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Now, this is what his coaches like to see. Jackson making an effort to distribute the ball in that situation.
Conley dishes to Gobert. He kicks it to Bogdanovich over Morris. Bogdanovich, no luck. Los Angeles leading by 6 from deep. Morris, no good. Bogdanovich looking around. Mitchell outside. And there's the pass to Conley. The feed to Mitchell. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
Here's Coffey. Covered by Mitchell. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Mitchell. That will count. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. Los Angeles on top, up 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They lead by 4. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Rudy Gobert is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Pascal in at the small forward. The first free throw is good.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Gay. Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
You gotta love watching Gay just soar through the air. An amazing dunker who just relishes these opportunities.
George. Outside for Jackson. George against Mitchell. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Clearly a foul.
And the first one drops. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. One minute now into this fourth quarter. George against Mitchell. Passes it to Clarkson. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 6. And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. And another one. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Pass to Gobert. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Doesn't go for him. And Morris throws it down.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Paul George with the steal. Good, that's another bucket.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead. Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
Pass to Zubac. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Stolen by George. And here we go. Jackson passes to Covington. Jackson with the bounce pass. And the pass to Zubac. There's the 3. And that one is off. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Pascal against Morris. Pascal kicks to Mitchell. Off target with his 3. Clippers leading by 10. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Jackson dishes to Morris. Zubac the pass to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. Again, the miss by Jackson.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
And Covington sends it back. George up top. Covered by Mitchell. Mitchell against George. 5 on the clock. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Pascal kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Gobert. 9 feet out. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
He's looking for Mitchell and finds him. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
See, now, Mitchell is a quick-footed guard, and he's going to get defenders in compromising situations.
A different look for Utah. Whiteside's checked in for Gay. And O'Neal subbed in for Eric Paschal. George with the ball. Now defended by Gobert. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
O'Neal against Morris. Looking to end his cold spell. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Outside Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Clippers leading by 5. Jackson from long range. O'Neal with the rebound. O'Neal's got 7 rebounds in the game. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. George with the bucket.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Utah calls timeout. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
He is on a major role today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Pass to O'Neal. Back to Clarkson. Pass to Gobert. Now, here's Clarkson. Kicks it to Mitchell. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer. Sinks the triple. Mitchell's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Down low. Here's Clarkson. They get it back. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Morris looking over the floor. Outside Jackson. The pass to George. The tray. And shot on the way. Ready by Bogdanovich.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Here's Clarkson trying to get open as Bogdanovich. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Clarkson. There's Jackson with the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Mitchell's shot is good.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Passes to Jackson. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
The Jazz making a switch here. Conley's checked in. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a two-point ball game.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Jordan Clarkson unafraid of the big-time delivery.
On the wing, Jackson. Morris passes to Jackson. He kicks to George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. Nancy's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And so both free throws are good, and it's a two-point ball game.
Well, in a game this tight, you can't overlook how important those free throws could be.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Oh, and they take the lead. Bogdanovich has got 10 points here in the second half.
Bogdanovich is simply cold-blooded, astonishing scorer when the game is hanging in the balance.
And it's George missing. Utah's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Conley finds Bogdanovich. Here's O'Neal. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. He got it again. Sensational.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers making a change here. Covington's checked in. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14. He gets it in there.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 1. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Gobert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Rudy Gobert showing a bit of an edge on the interior. This guy, if he goes up strong, the defense is going to have to whack him to contain him.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jackson kicks to George. From deep three-point range. Good! A tremendous three to tie it up.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Checked in for the Jazz. "20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Bogdanovich. For the 3. Right between the eyes.
their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
But you worried about things that don't concern you. I was more attracted to the money making. You was on the block, you was hating. You ain't doing nothing, you ain't elevating. You see us in the club and we're celebrating. I was more attracted to the money making. You was on the block, you was hating. You ain't doing nothing, you ain't elevating.